Hey, you guys, can y'all hear me? I had to set everything up. Hope y'all can hear me okay. Let me know. Put a one in the chat. Scott, what you mean? Hey, Real Magnolia, love you. Scott, what you mean? What happened? Choose here. Choose. Make sure if y'all hear me, let me know. Let's turn this music off. Thank you. Hey, Brandon. Everybody, hold on, you guys. Scott acting like he's not from Dolton. Scott from Dolton. Scott, you are honorary from Dolton. You guys, I hope Shay go live tonight because I can't even give you commentary like this. And then we also gonna go over Choose Compassion video because I've been a little bit busy today with proms and stuff, but Real Magnolia, hey Ham Dog, Brandon, Cynthia, Tracy, what's up, my loves? Everybody I missed. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Y'all they be getting mad at me. Like they get mad at people that tell y'all the truth. They will never want y'all to know the truth. First of all, they get mad at hold on, sorry, my echo. First of all, hit the like button. And our live stream goal is $19.99. We are a small channel. Sometimes I get 75 cents a video. So that is my live stream goal each live stream. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to. That's just if you want to and you enjoy the content. Other than that, the only requirement, hit the like button, please. You guys, they hate anyone that tell you anything. I thought the police was outside there watching Pope Leo house. Wasn't the police out there watching Pope Leo house? Isn't that what they told us? And then, again, credit to Trina Downs, who went and said nobody was in the police car, right? Now, y'all pay attention to all this stuff. Tiffany is not the mayor. Y'all can't sit up there and blame Tiffany. So, people leaving gifts for Pope Leo, and they getting stolen. Now, why you would leave gifts on where Leo don't live, I don't know. That's not for me. That's for you to know and for me to find out. But didn't they say that Pope Leo house was being, didn't Bert Herzog get on there and say, oh, we're guarding it with we have armed guards. They're out there like the Swiss, is that the name of it? What's it, the Swiss Army? The guards that really go I need guards here. Is it the Swiss Army? The guards that really guide and protect the Pope. They were acting like that in Dolton. All right, let's watch this together. I haven't heard this. This is my first time seeing it. Let's watch it together. I thought the police was out there protecting the Pope house. That's what y'all told us. So how could this happen? Okay.
Or public nuisance. The Pope's childhood home again attracting attention. Gifts or public nuisance. The Pope's childhood home again attracting attention, this time for the gifts and offerings left by visitors. But not everyone likes them. Our Sarah Maki joins us live from Dolton with more on what's happening. Sarah?
Yeah, Joe, if you take a look behind us, you'll see what's going on here. You will see just a couple of candles and a small cross. These are some items that were left for the new Pope, Leo XIV, before. But a neighbor says someone has trashed what has been growing here, and now she's concerned.
Now, let me tell you this. I have not, this is my first time watching it. I saw the title and I went live right away. But I only can guess it's the neighbor that's out there with a karaoke machine, a microphone, putting, what was the name of that movie? What Mel Gibson did? Remember, what was that called? Passion of the Christ out. She's doing the whole Passion of the Christ play. I only can suspect it's her, but I could be wrong. I didn't see this with y'all.
It could happen again.
Y'all, we need Shay to go live right now at 7 o'clock. Somebody tell Shay to go live. Look how many police cars are out here. Look how many police cars are out here. For the house is empty.
On a horseshoe-shaped block, this simple brick home stirs emotion and brings big crowds.
This morning I saw
Y'all, let me see if I can find this video. I went there a couple of times. And she's always outside with her husband and I think another young man. And they are putting on full-on performances outside. I tried not to tell y'all that. I told some of my friends secretly, like, y'all, they out here doing a whole Showtime at the Apollo Pope version and running to the reporters. She's out there 24/7.
A tour bus come by.
Donna Sonia Davis acting as a welcome wagon to many of the people who stop by, playing music from her window and keeping watch over the property as visitors like Shirley Robeson stop by.
To me, it's nice. It's historic.
Okay, Shirley, I love that asymmetrical bob with it. Okay, so this is, I'm gonna show you guys a video. I don't know if I'll do it right now because I'm still working on something, but okay, so where you see the neighbors, they have like the Passion of the Christ play going on. And then next door to them, it's like a Latin family. And they're playing mariachi music, blazing the mariachi music to drown out the Pope music. It's crazy. So I know the other neighbors are like, what the heck is going on? It's not as peaceful as they're showing right here.
And it's so close to me.
Robeson took only photos and new memories, but some leave offerings and gifts. We showed you the small display that accumulated a few weeks ago. Flowers, candles, a rosary with a crucifix. Here, after the village of Dolton indicated their plan to acquire this property by sale or eminent domain, essentially taking it over for a fair market price. But these offerings are now gone.
Somebody that witnessed told me that one of the police officers had taken the stuff. And I was like, what? When I got to the police station, she told me that she threw it in the garbage.
I'm thinking they stole the stuff. So what? So, okay, this girl giving us tea over there. So she said that, did we hear, wait a minute, let me put the link in here because Choose gonna have to come up here and help me. You don't have to Choose. I'm just putting a link in here for anyone that wants to talk about this. Did she just say that the police who is sent to protect the Pope house, private property owned by somebody else, is throwing the gifts? Hold on, I know I didn't hear that right. Because rest in peace, Harry, who just passed away in Dolton, not solved. Okay. Rest in peace to Marquette, and there was one more, I can't think of the other name, that passed away, Lester Long Field House, where y'all just had the board meeting clapping. No reef out there. Okay. All right, let's see.
One of the police officers had taken the stuff. And I was like, what? When I got to the police station, she told me that she threw it in the garbage.
Davis telling us there is a lot of trash in Dolton that could be cleaned up, but she doesn't understand why they started here on private property.
There's a lot of areas that has trash. I'm looking at trash right now.
Over there where she is, across the street is Riverdale, and on the east side, I'm sorry, the west side is Riverdale, the east side is Dolton, and she's absolutely right. Abandoned buildings, glass, liquor bottles, all kind of crazy stuff going on over there. I just want to play this one more time. So the news is out there. The news said y'all could play with Tiffany Henyard, but you won't play with the Pope house. I find that very interesting.
For a fair market price, but these offerings are now gone.
Somebody that witnessed told me that one of the police officers had taken the stuff. And I was like, what? When I got to the police station, she told me that she threw it in the garbage.
Well, okay, we want to buy this house so bad. Why are we not cutting the Pope's house? Look at that grass. We're not cutting the grass. Not that we're supposed to. The owner's supposed to, but I'm like, okay.
Davis telling us there is a lot of trash in Dolton that could be cleaned up, but she doesn't understand why they started here on private property.
There's a lot of areas that has trash. I'm looking at trash right now on the ground. I mean, but I don't consider somebody's, an element of worship to be trash at all.
The seller's real estate agent confirms they have not removed any offerings here, adding that potential sale to the village has stalled, telling us, quote, I have called and left messages for the village attorney who was handling this. There was a village meeting last night. This was not even mentioned, adding the village's letter announcing the
Choose. I know you in the chat. Choose. Didn't you say that? We were like, they're not going to mention the Pope House at the meeting. You were on the news and nobody said, hey, you need to mention it. You know what they did though? They tried to throw that Andrew Holmes stuff into it. They tried to throw it up to, oh, Andrew, we need you to talk about what happened in Las Vegas. No. Y'all was on the news about the Pope House. Let's talk about that. They tried to just throw that in the middle of nowhere. They didn't mention the Pope at all, did they? Clean Porch 2025. Y'all are so funny. Hold on.
plan to acquire the property.
Now, you said you're going to take it, Bert. Answer the phone.
But I don't consider somebody's, an element of worship to be trash at all.
The seller's real estate agent confirms they have not removed any offerings here, adding that potential sale to the village has stalled, telling us, quote, I have called and left messages for the village attorney who was handling this.
All he has to do is reach out to Brittany Norwood, who was on the cover of Homes.com. What was it? Was she like the centerfold for Homes.com? I'm sure she has the answer.
There was a village meeting last night. This was not even mentioned, adding the village's letter announcing their plan to acquire the property, quote, was a bold move before even talking to the seller directly. The police commander involved stopped by here earlier. She didn't want to be on camera, but she told us she did take these items away.
I'm starting to GoFundMe. Or hit the Cash App. We have a goal to move Burgundy to Riverdale. Just move me one town over. Just move me across the street to Riverdale. Move Burgundy over to Concordia Park. I'm going towards Chicago, right over there. Get me out of here. Y'all. What they say, 99 cents a day will feed one of them commercials. Somebody make me one of those commercials. Because are you kidding me? The commander said, yes, she did remove that stuff after, and I don't know if this is the same commander, all this drama going on. Y'all ain't removing the liquor bottles in the park. Y'all not removing the gang signs outside of the bowling alley. Y'all not. The Pope House. Now you just wait. You know what? I ain't going to say that live. I'm just waiting. Wyoming. What is going on? Keefus. What is going on? He said, yeah, Magnolia. They got. Okay, so why was it a necessity? Nobody even. This is the thing. Let's be clear. Y'all, when I was talking history, everybody got on the internet. Grace Levi, Jed. Nobody give a fuck about history, and I'm cussing just because that's what they said. They all got online. She talking history. Nobody care about that. If y'all was paying attention to history, y'all would have knew that our poor cardinal, not poor, but you know what I mean, our cardinal was already here. His name was already in the books. If you would have got with the library board and paid attention, you would have knew that. And his other historical homes here in Dolton. It's something to see. The first mayor of Dolton ever, who we talked about him, his home is windows broke up, looking crazy. Why would that? Why would that not be the historical society house? But now we're okay. Hold on, let me just stop. Cause y'all, I'm making a dress. Hey, Choose is here. When I'm making a dress, I get frustrated. Hey, Choose, how you doing, love?
Hey, chat. Um, I saw this, what you have up on the screen right now, and I had put in the chat. It's like he called and left messages for the village attorney who was, as in past tense, handling this.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. It could be.
It didn't say who. It didn't say whose. WHOSE. It didn't say WHO apostrophe S. It said who was. And no mention, which he is correct. So now Delgado bad, Bert good. But this is the first thing that Bert does is opens his mouth talking about we're looking da 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 whatever he said, because I was listening to, we're paying attention to his body language and behavior. So he said what he said, and it seems like it was said, or I'm not gonna say it seems like it was said. How it was presented to us was Bert Odelson said something first. And then we heard from Jason House. This is per the news now. And now all of a sudden, Bert Olufsen, who had the most to say and sent this letter, talk about this what we intend to do. He can't call a person back after going through all this. He can't. They can't call his phone and he can't pick up.
I agree. Or Brittany, who was the cover girl for Homes.com.
You know what? I'm not even going. Nope. I'm not. Okay, so I don't mean nope, but it's certain things. Okay, so I guess this is where I have to say, okay, because I know who put Britney on the cover. Like, she didn't say she didn't. I mean, she said what she said in the magazine, but Bert is the one that puffed out his legal chest and said, "Hey, we about to sending bullying emails." So, and then once the archdiocese said, I don't know what y'all gonna do. Like, we'll give you some ideas or whatever, but So I would, I personally, I would include Brit, but it's she's low hanging fruit in this. She over there trying to, well, I'm not gonna say what Brittany is doing, but I will definitely say Nikita over there trying to, pump them up. They make them, oh girl, girl, oh girl. While just more distractions while this real life stuff is going on. So, I mean,
And no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
oh no, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say once again, because you got to bring it back to the facts, and the facts that I see in black and white here is that I have called and left messages for the village attorney who was handling this, past tense.
And you are right. And let's remember, how did Tiffany start with all those pictures and photo shoots and faces over there? The same person. I have a guess. We're gonna see if it's them. And if it is, y'all probably gonna hold on to your seats, you guys. Let's see if this is for real. All right, Choose. Let's see. You're on the air. How are you, caller?
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
I just wanted to say something right quick. Like, you mean to tell me, and sorry for using this language across your ear. You mean to tell me niggas is stealing gifts from the Pope house?
Not the. I have to say it. Not the people you said, but the police.
The
And
police is doing it.
The commander went and took the gifts and threw them away. Shout out to Shay from Late Night Crew.
They took them in the name of Jesus.
They took it and threw them away. Now, all this garbage we have around here in Dolton, they decided to go to the Pope front door porch, not on the street, on the porch. How you feel about that, Shay?
I'm not trying to laugh because I laugh from true disbelief because I cannot believe that. First of all, like if everybody's praying over them gifts and whatnot, like that's a level of sacredness. So like you're literally messing with stuff that's placed there in the name of Jesus, in my opinion. So and that's just when you hit that part. The other part is like there's so much other stuff to do, even on that very street. So I guess that's why I had to just call in because I saw it and I was just like confused, like y'all taking the gifts from over there, and then now to find out it's the police. I would say I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. It's really funny to me.
And hey, Shay, and I just wanted to add, this is how the news they started it out with theft the Pope's home for the lady next door to be the one to say, the police took that. So, man, see how the news be doing?
So I would not be surprised if they use this as a way to, because the police ain't gonna if they say anything about it, they're gonna blame somebody else. So I would not be surprised they try to use this towards their eminent domain campaign or whatever.
I'm hoping the owners have a camera or a ring cam, but the if you guys want to listen to the last 30 seconds, you got time, Shay?
Yeah.
Okay, and you guys, Shay from Late Night Crew, I don't mean to pause. I know you in a zone with us, and I appreciate you calling in. We just want to send our prayers out to your family for sure.
Appreciate it.
Definitely.
Okay.
Acquire the property, quote, was a bold move before even talking to the seller directly. The police commander involved stopped by here earlier. She didn't want to be on camera, but she told us she did take these items away, and some were thrown in the trash. She says that this was a safety issue and they were trying to discourage any theft. She also adds that there are now no plans to remove any of the items that are here so long as this display stays small and tidy. This house still listed for auction. The final bids due in 15 days. From Dolton, Sarah Maki, CBS News, Chicago.
Now, this is what I want to say. She didn't want to be on camera. Why not? But you threw it away. But this is the whole thing. Would this be the news saying, yeah, you can, this is my point. Y'all can drag Tiffany in the ground. I know it's apples and oranges, but you ain't gonna mess with this Pope house. You ain't gonna do that.
I personally definitely feel that because this is a global thing. If Bert Odelson and them trustees and them cops ain't careful, they're gonna have to deal with people across the world, like the Pope and the Vatican and all of this stuff with the Catholic Church. Like this is, they better be careful. That's why the news don't really want no smoke with this, because they know what can come with it. And the news, they don't want to come across as anti-Catholic.
If I'm not mistaken, Shay, I'm not Catholic. I wish I had Gardis here, but I did go to Catholic school. But isn't that the biggest church in the world?
The Vatican?
Yeah, the Catholic
Church. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They are deep. Like they're globally deep. That's why I've always laughed at the way that the news has been covering this from the beginning, because they've been making sure to not really lie on people and not taking no blame for anything. And this just looks extremely corny for y'all to be running it. Like they better be careful if they don't get sued. Like this is private property.
But why throw it in the garbage? Like choose, Shay, why throw it in the garbage? Couldn't you just leave it there for holding? Why throw it in the garbage?
Deterrent. They don't want people to come there. They actually want people, to be honest with you, the way that they trying to steal it, they don't They don't want people there. They want people not to come there. So to help them take it from people easier, but they can wrap that up. That's the Pope house. The people are going to be coming.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, so now we trying to do things because this was this lieutenant person and you went up on their porch. And I know that we've seen a couple of different videos. It wasn't even that much stuff on the porch. It was like two rosaries, a couple candles, one bouquet of flowers. It wasn't even a lot of stuff. So that's weird, but yeah, I think it is like, let's try to drive the price down, make them think, oh, now it's a nuisance, so we can swoop that right on up.
Bird, can I ask you who told that it was the police? How did people know it was the police? Did like they you said the chick next door saw it?
Yeah, and the one next door. Now, when I go by there, because I like when people come to town, they ask me, "Can we go by the Pope house?" So every time we go out there, she's singing on karaoke. Her husband is doing scriptures, and I think it's someone else that raps, and it's not bad.
Oh.
But then next door they have like a Latino family. They playing a mariachi band to drown out the Pope music. It's crazy. So you really can't hear that on the news. But yeah, she went ahead and told them what was up. She was like, no, because I think that she's so maybe the owner asked her to look after the house. Now that I'm thinking about it, because she's so involved in this house. I thought she was mainly doing it for clout. But he might have said, just look over this house. I don't know. Because she told the truth. She wasn't scared. She said, no, the police is taking the stuff away. So that made me think, like, oh, maybe she's really here for herself, her family, because just like the Michael Jackson house, Shay, they bought the house next door in Gary. Michael Jackson house, they bought the house next door and they made that part a museum because the house was so small. The Pope house is super small. Ain't nobody walking through there. But her house is huge. It's
And
like
maybe the police was trying to set her up. Maybe the police trying to make the people that's around that actually be out there just singing and whatnot, trying to make it look like they the thieves. Because I want to know if how sneaky the police was trying to get the gifts, especially. And the reason why I feel that is because you won't come on. Why won't you just come on camera and tell why you felt the need to go take them gifts and stuff from over there?
yeah, and why wasn't Ben Bradley or whoever else bum rushing whoever it was? Like, oh no, I don't want to be on camera. We don't never have a choice. Y'all be when it's Tiffany, y'all bum rushing. So why you didn't do that this time? But when they said the gifts were stolen, I was wondering that. Were they trying to set her up? Because they're out there 24/7. They don't sleep. They're out there all day.
That is what caught my attention. It was the report that it was a theft at the Pope's house. And I don't think they expected that lady to say what she said because they were reporting a whole different thing. So if that lady wasn't out there, what they had tried to, spin it as theft, it's a situation.
And I want to read Scott. You're right. Scott comments. I was watching Trina earlier, and he was saying residents were actually saying they're not able to get a hold of the police, and yet they're told that no officers are available when they call for emergency services. But I can tell you here, as a Dolton resident, Jason House has 24-hour police detail on. Even though it was a problem with Tiffany, he has police detail. When he sleep at night, he got police detail. Now the Pope got 2 cars at his house. So why is no one there when it's an emergency?
Right. And then, that's the other thing, the statement from who is it, the realtor that said that the village administrator, which is Bert, was handling it. So past tense, he's not handling it anymore. He's just not reaching out to him. That's
Wow. Well, I just wanted to hop up for a second, and yeah, this is insane to me, but I'm definitely gonna be keeping an eye on it.
Well, thanks for hopping in because I was like, oh my God, please let Shay cover this because you're right about if you never ran with the Catholic people, and seeing what happened when the Pope around, it's something serious.
Bro, it's like they gotta have Secret Service and everybody else. It's like a president's movie whenever you see the Pope.
Yeah, it's an army trained just to protect the Pope.
Yep. They'll have him in that bulletproof cage on top of that custom car.
He's the whole king of the Vatican.
Bro. So if them black trustees want to smoke with the Catholic Church, I'll stand back and laugh.
Seriously, because that
yeah, they don't. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Shoes.
ain't nothing to play with. Trying to can't strong arm the Catholic Church. I don't know what Bert thought he was doing with that.
Don't he got Notre Dame stuff up in his on his wall when he do them interviews?
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
Catholic, bro. Like, what is he doing?
First Communion. It was something else we pointed out. What else? First Communion, Notre Dame, St. Mary's College. I know we said something else. Yeah, he's definitely got that behind him.
St. Catherine.
Hey, I just want to say one quick thing before I bounce. Hey, I just want to thank you and everybody that's listening for all the well wishes for my mother-in-law. We appreciate it. I'm about to get ready to go finish packing and whatnot. I'll see y'all at work in a little while.
All right. We love you, Shay. We love
Man, I
you
love y'all,
always.
bro. Love to everybody. I'm out.
All right.
Love you, Shay. Thank you, Shay. Look, we heard it from Shay today. Because I was just like anxious, like I cannot wait for him to. I know he had a lot going on, but I want him to cover that part of the Pope House because it was so funny when he did the other day. And I'm not saying funny, haha, because I live here, but funny because he has the intuition to be like, no, this ain't right.
If anybody ever watched Big Bang Theory, I'm with the Sheldon. Like, it's funny because it's true. You know, so not like, haha, we're making fun. It's just like kind of the irony of it. Like, it's funny because it's true, man. So that's how I look at it. At least that's my take. Because I'm not laughing like this is a joke. This is all. I don't like it. I don't like what's going on. But, you know, it's just in a Sheldon kind of way from Big Bang Theory. It's funny because it's true.
And I think it's even funny because they haven't even been a month in, and you see removing one person, what is exposed. No matter what content creators don't want to look at it, I was the same way. I was just like, oh, Tiffany bad, they good. That was me. Tiff bad, they good the whole time. And now we're looking, oh, now they're not picking up the phone. Now they got the police. Why would you? Okay, if I had a shoe on my front porch that was just left there, that's evidence, right? Why would you throw away stuff that was left there the same day? That's insane.
Thing, because I don't know. It's just, I'm going to say, shout out to that lady because I think they would have tried to chalk it up as theft. I really do.
I do too. It would have been theft, and it would have been probably her fault. She's out there all day 24/7. Like, so it would have been her fault. So, lady, if I misjudged you, my apologies, because baby, my sincere, you really came through. You was like, no, it was the police. It's the police that took the stuff. And that's interesting.
Yep. And then there's a commander. So who gave the commander the okay to, don't they have meetings in the morning or on, during shift starts? I'm sure they have meetings and things that they're assigned to do.
Yeah, and it would be even worse if it was the same commander that had an issue when Long Island came there. I hope it's not the same commander, because he's going to make a whole video about that. You know what, Keithis? I got to be careful. Like Keithis said, sis got. If anything I say on here, y'all see how it's 33 people in here. Hey, guys, hit the like button. If you can, don't donate to me. Can you go over to Shay from Late Night Crew? Can somebody put Shay link in the chat? Can you go over there, subscribe, like, and if you can, support his channel? He just lost his mother-in-law, and he's been going through all this legal stuff just because of Dolton. That's it. Nothing else. Because he came to Dolton and asked one question. And I'm not saying it was a specific question, but he was just like, well, what about this? And they was like, oh no, we can't control him. So when you see all these huge YouTubers that are not talking about the stuff that's going on here, keep your eyes open. Because if they care about this place, or were they paid to talk about this place in a certain kind of way? And we know the answer. Thank you so much. Scott Johnson put in here late night crew. Thank you, Potato. So you guys, please, 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 please subscribe, watch Shay. He's hecka funny and he has a great heart. Y'all don't just look at that mouth. His heart is great. You see, I can't cuss. I cuss, but I couldn't cuss as good as Shay could cuss. But he's such a good person. He's like our what was it at night? Like late night. It wasn't like Arsenio or Andrew Dice Clay, something like that. Yeah, that's what it was. Y'all support late night crew. This is interesting. So why would the police, which rosaries look beautiful, candles look beautiful, why would they grab all that and throw it away?
I wish I could even fathom what, the reasoning was behind the police doing that. It just seems like from what I can say regarding the police and nothing else, in this last 30 plus days, ever since Tiffany's name came down, it just seems like there's been an uptick in homicide. There has been an uptick in police doing things such as this now that we see, pointing their, pew pews at children who are, under the age of 18, 21, in front of a school that I believe started out as an event. The more that I'm kind of looking into it, yeah, I'm kind of trying to figure it out, but I can't confirm that. But it was like waiting for something, and they were kind of moving around. So this is all. This isn't Tiffany's goons. Lacey living his best life somewhere. Ain't worried about none of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So where the goons at now? Whose goons are these?
Lacey living his best life, y'all. Best life. And nope, nobody have nothing to say. Full retirement. Nobody got nothing to say about that.
For retirement. While the police are I mean, if you just for me, I'm gonna say on a basic level, for this to be about healing and resilience, this is why I don't like the disingenuousness of what is being said versus what I see. Because part of healing, and I think one of the most important parts of, ensuring not only healing, but resilience in your community, again, that starts with the youth. Unfortunately, we can't do it. It goes where, we adults are able to come together to figure out what the bigger picture is. And why this whole Pope thing was a whole sensational story, while even before this, people were losing their lives. So I don't understand the distraction, just the easy. Well, look, I'm sorry. Now that was disingenuous of me. I absolutely understand the nature of the distraction. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's hurting, but it's time to address because it, this is about the children. How many of us got? We don't know how much longer to go. But what are we leaving? What are we leaving to them? Take over stuff, take over houses when you get in power, whether you got no money or not. Yell at people. If you want to talk about Tiffany, yell at people. What are we leaving? What are we leaving? This I'm done. I'm sorry.
No, I mean it's frustrating because as soon as you say something, it's nothing but, oh, that's a Tiffany supporter. Well, what kind of supporter are you if you don't care about the youth, what's going on, where that they said they're going to clean house, but all they did was bring the same people they had when Riley was there right back in the house. They're over at the township not asking for discussion. Everything is already decided. Like, if you're not talking about this, I thought it was a whole investigation. I thought this was a whole thing.
Seems like that would have been the first thing that, you know.
Now we're at a board meeting, choose, where Lester Long, who's I think I don't know if he's a son of Lester Long or if he's Lester Long, but Lester Long is named on a police fire commission board just 2 weeks ago. The location where the shooting took place. Now, someone was murdered. It's near the Dolton Park District, Lester Lawn Fieldhouse, where village board meetings are held. Was that even discussed at the board meeting?
I heard nothing, but
Nothing.
I did not get to the end, so I have
Oh,
to
I
be.
could tell. I could tell you the end. It didn't. I mean, I didn't even get to the end. I can tell you they didn't say nothing. Like when
Just want to
everybody. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
just want to make sure I was being honest. I didn't watch all the way to the end, so just want to be, transparent. This is what transparency looks like.
Yeah. And this is something that people need to know. Like, if you're not giving transparency and all you're doing, oh, we're gonna have this walk and we're gonna have a walk for that, and then we're gonna have a walk for this, and then we'll have a walk for that, and then we're gonna have a picnic, and then we're gonna have a barbecue, and then we're gonna have no. Tell the community what's going on. I was watching Trina today and she brought up a pool. I got to get back to her video. I was working and she said something about a pool. I don't know if you saw it, choose a pool. They fixed a pool for like 30 grand in the January 2024 in a waiting pool. I'm like, where these pools at? There's no pools in Dalton. Where are
I
these
didn't.
pools at?
Well, here's the thing. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I'm trying to put. I'm literally putting pieces together in my head as I think. I didn't watch the video because I was trying kind of working and then just trying to make sure I would
Me
take
too.
a
Yeah.
break. But I do remember something about trying to repair pool or put a pool up, but then it broke down again. And this was like, I don't know if it was 2024. So that's why I said I don't want to comment anything I don't know, other than I heard something about pool, but either it didn't happen or maybe it was something about the old pool, because remember we used to have a pool.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was something about that, but I'm not saying like that's what Trina was talking about. I'm just saying that's the only thing I've heard.
Oh no, I was looking into the clarification, but it made sense because when I had my what you're saying and what I heard on Trina's channel both make sense. Because when I had my interview with the Lansing Journal, that was one of the things I brought up. She wants to open up the pool. And they were like, no. So now we're paying $30,000 for a pool. So they fixed it, and you're saying you heard maybe they fixed it and it didn't work out possibly?
I'm gonna say I I, I don't believe it was during Tiffany Henyard's time, but it could have been. I believe this was something just a couple years before that. But please do not hold me to that because I'm pulling a memory right this, you know
I
what I'm saying?
got you. Yeah. No, it was shocking to me because I was the same way. I was listening in my ear and I said, a pool, a waiting pool from
Yeah, I remember something like that. It was like, yeah, I remember, but I can't confirm dates. So I will definitely go look at Trina's live because this is one of the ways that I usually put my pieces together. This is how I
yeah.
put puzzles together. So I will go over there and see what's just kind of the memory that I'm trying to download, how that helps me. So I'll do that
Yeah.
in a little bit.
It was but today was an interesting day. I haven't finished everybody's live. I was in everybody's live today. I was just there popping in, so I heard a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But I wanted to go live with you guys just to talk about the Pope House and how, like Choose Compassion said, how the news said theft at the Pope House, and you like what? And then you click in. No, it wasn't a theft. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was plainly that the police took the stuff off the step, but they
Well,
made it look like, yeah.
isn't that still theft? No matter who's doing it.
Oh, it's definitely theft. But they should have. Well, I'm not a news person, but I was just thinking the headline: police clear the thefts, the Pope's steps. But it did.
Gardens.
It did make me look. It did. Oh, Cat Guard is here. Guardis, did you hear this news? They still in at
The,
the Pope House.
the esteemed Goddess Watts, who we
Hey,
always
Guardis.
appreciate.
Guardis, they stole from the Pope House. I'm gonna play it one more time before we leave, since Guardis just got here. That was the only thing I was really upset about. I'm gonna say this. You guys always can hear it in my voice. This kind of upset me. I didn't like this. I don't understand. First of all, I'm not in law enforcement, and I don't know if you're way more educated than me. Choose. Why would a commander be removing stuff? Wouldn't they just send like somebody that's on the beat rolling around giving tickets to remove the stuff? What, they send a commander?
I am not way more. We just have different experiences that when we all talk together, it helps elevate everyone. So,
Oh, thank you. I know you know a little bit more about government than I. Do you send? I mean, well, maybe you don't. Anybody in here that knows government, would a commander go out to do this? This is interesting.
I've never seen any law enforcement take anything off of private property, whether it was deemed to be something significant or if it seemed to just be a house that even was empty and had flower pots and special little decorations. Why would you do that? I've never seen that in my life.
And I wonder if that will be another lawsuit for Dolton because they're on his private property. You know, that sucks.
Well, yeah, I mean, it to me, what Steve, sorry, I forgot his last name, the realtor, just basically what he said was very concerning. So that's where I can leave it. Like when you say lawsuits and all that, oh yeah, that was concerning to say he was, Bert Olson, to be clear, was the one that was talking to him, and now he's not talking. He hasn't said anything, and no one said anything in the meeting. So
And you know what's so cool? You picked up on that. So Gardis said he did not hear it. So we're going to play it one more time.
This time for the gifts, secret gifts or public nuisance. The Pope's childhood home again attracting attention. This time for the gifts. Sacred gifts or public nuisance. The Pope's childhood home again attracting attention, this time for the gifts and offerings left by visitors. But not everyone likes them. Our Sarah Maki joins us live from Dolton with more on what's happening. Sarah?
Yeah, Joe, if you take a look behind us, you'll see what's going on here. You will see just a couple of candles and a small cross. These are some items that were left for the new Pope, Leo the 14th, before. But a neighbor says someone has trashed what has been growing here, and now she's concerned it could happen again. On a horseshoe-shaped block, this simple brick home stirs emotion and brings big crowds.
This morning I saw a tour bus come by.
Donna Sonye Davis acting as a welcome wagon to many of the people who stop by, playing music from her window and keeping watch over the property as visitors like Shirley Robeson stop by.
To me, it's nice, it's historic, and it's so close to me.
Robeson took only photos and new memories, but some leave offerings and gifts. We showed you the small display that accumulated a few weeks ago: flowers, candles, a rosary with a crucifix. Here, after the village of Dolton indicated their plan to acquire this property by sale or eminent domain, essentially taking it over for a fair market price. But these offerings are now gone.
Somebody that witnessed told me that one of the police officers had taken the stuff. And I was like, what? When I got to the police station, she told me that she threw it in the garbage.
Davis telling us there is a lot of trash in Dolton that could be cleaned up, but she doesn't understand why they started here on private property.
There's a lot of areas that has trash. I'm looking at trash right now on the ground. I mean, but I don't consider somebody's, an element of worship to be trash at all.
The seller's real estate agent confirms they have not removed any offerings here, adding that potential sale to the village has stalled, telling us, quote, "I have called and left messages for the village attorney who was handling this. There was a village meeting last night. This was not even mentioned," adding the village's letter announcing their plan to acquire the property, quote, "was a bold move," before even talking to the seller directly. The police commander involved stopped by here earlier. She didn't want to be on camera, but she told us she did take these items away, and some were thrown in the trash. She says that this was a safety issue and they were trying to discourage any theft. She also adds that there are now no plans to remove any of the items that are here so long as this display stays small and tidy. This house still listed for auction. The final bids due in 15 days. From Dolton, Sarah Maki, CBS News, Chicago.
Man,
Guard is just in case if he want to say anything. We won't be on here long, but what the heck? Go ahead, choose. Cause what the heck? As long as this stay tidy, where we at?
America?
Private property.
Okay, here's my thing. It seems like now they're trying to make it seem like, oh, it was so much is spilling out into the sidewalk. But you have this lady next door who clearly is invested in, what this house means, spiritually, religiously, for the Catholic faith. I highly doubt that there would be things strewn all about, and she's greeting people that she said that got off of a tour bus, and it would just be strewn about, and they've been out there all day. That doesn't add up to me that these things were strewn about. So I don't. And then to throw away what someone deems religious, spiritual, that's shameful. And that makes me sad.
It makes me sad. Who okay? Like if you did collect the things, it's you could have put that in the trunk, in the basement, in the attic. It was plenty of places you could put that. Why would you throw it away immediately? Like she said, it seems like she saw what happened, went to a police station, and went to figure out. Because, like I said, I've never not been in that area and not seen that lady out there. She's out there entertaining, still in the Christian faith, but I don't know if she's Christian or Catholic, but she's out there with the music, and she actually has a really good voice. And then her husband or whoever, I'm just naming these people, I don't know if that's her husband, but he preaches, and then another young man comes out and does like a spoken word or a rap. and they're out there all the time. So they have investments in this. Like I said, this could be like a Michael Jackson house situation where the house is the Pope's house, and next door they could offer her something and make that a museum or something, because that house is too small for any kind of tourist. Dolton needs to step out of this. Let me bring Gardis up right quick. Choose. Hey Gardis, you're live.
Hey ladies, how's it going?
It's going great. Taco Tuesday.
And not Trump Taco Tuesday, right?
Oh my goodness. No.
Wow. This is actually news to me. I just actually got in the house and I saw you was on live, and oh wow. So
Sarah, thanks very much.
I wouldn't consider this. I wouldn't consider this theft, but the commander coming removing items from private property, even though it's I mean more of it is more tacky than anything. I'm not sure if it is illegal or not, but it's just tacky to just remove. I mean, like I posted, a cross on the steps of a house is a safety issue. Rosaries on the door, that's safe. Excuse me, that's a safety issue. So
we got Mama Hill in the chat. She says, hello to all of us. Shame on the commander. What safety issues and called it trash. She says, very sad and thoughtless. They should be thanking the lady next door.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, that's a safety issue. It'd be different if like maybe because I know they had some candles there and maybe they had some candles burning. Okay. That probably could be considered a safety issue if they, left burning candles there. But other than that, the other stuff like crosses and stuff that's not a safety issue.
Yeah, and like, why throw them away? Like, if you take it into, that would be like finding like an extra book bag or something. You just bring it into the evidence room or bring it into the basement or whatever you do, lost and found. Why throw it away that fast? That's very interesting to me.
And Berg, considering there's some parts of Dolton with so much trash in it, you should be worried about those areas more than you worried about an abandoned house with trinkets on the stairs.
Absolutely. And isn't that private property? Couldn't they have just contacted the owner and said, hey, or like they're going to put a little gate there or something to keep people from putting things here, or a little sign? Because I think the people that come there, they're very obedient to like laws and spirituality and stuff. They're like obedient. So if you would have had like a little sign in the yard say, please don't leave candles burning, I don't think that would have happened.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that was that was something that probably should be, posted by the owners, or maybe put it like on the on the street where the city owns it, and just say, hey, don't put any burning candles by the door, near the door. I mean, that's the only safety issue that I see. But other than that, yeah, that was basically tasteless.
And
go ahead. I'm sorry, Choose.
oh, that's okay. And I just wanted to say, even to compensate them, I basically wonder. You know that these are items from the Pope's house, so it's not exactly lost and found. It's you really know where it came from, and if someone comes to retrieve their items from the Pope's house, then you would say, okay, this is why we confiscated them. Don't have this, don't have that. And I think just to keep the box itself for whatever reason, but to where it came from. It's not like you just found it, so we threw it away. You knew what it was. So if someone came to claim them, then let them know.
You're absolutely right. And I just think this is kind of like where Dalton should, like, we have enough problems on enough sides of town. They could just step back and let the people come and celebrate the way they want to. Um, y'all ain't shut down Maxwell Street where Christopher Ward lost his life.
Oh wow, and that's the that's the place where they got the big welcome Pope Leo. I just hate seeing that.
Me too. And,
Exactly.
and he
That
wasn't the only one.
and then that's the other thing that I was really disappointed to see in public comment at this most recent Dalton board meeting, because I, I'll just leave it at that. I was what was just said is one of the reasons why I was very much disappointed and very concerned still about who's on what committees and who are heading them up, just because of the public comment.
Oh, did anything interesting happen? I didn't even watch the Dalton meeting yesterday. Any excitement happen outside of the appointments?
Well, I wouldn't say excitement. For me, it was really disappointment to um it was a lot of disappointment. All of this Dalton forward and DU stuff, where Dalton is not DU, and I don't know if that was the first meeting or this meeting because I didn't watch it through. But for Jason to say, we go up to people and say DU, and they kind of don't know what we're talking about. They don't know what you're talking about, because Dalton has always been about unity in the community. We talk about the community, and what is the word in community? Unity. So even I was sad because I felt like that was one small thing that people don't know what we're talking. They don't know what you're talking about because you're, to me, and this is just my opinion, and opinions are like um, gluteus maximus. Everyone has one. So my opinion is you're disconnected. You're very disconnected with the needs of the community in general. That was what I took from it.
I agree. And I want to add to that Goddess, like that whole y'all ain't thinking about the Crips, are you? Like
Oh,
going somewhere and just yelling. I put that in the post. I said, y'all just yelling, did you? Like, I mean, I've traveled the world. Like, Google it. Google it. Why would we be and let's say we're not, we're not in blood and Crips territory or nothing like that, of course. But the fact that we are in an area that is sensitive to things like that, why would my mayor be yelling across the street? Did you? That's ridiculous.
well, when you have to lean on slogans and um, these 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 uh, these slogans that differ from the real business of the municipality. um Basically it's basically hiding what's really going on. um because I mean you got to come up with these slogans and sayings and not really being transparent with the people about the real issue of Dalton as a city. I mean, you end up being just like Tiffany, where you're just in the perpetual mode of campaigning, because all of these politicians, and not just, this is not just limited to Dalton politicians, is, they basically are campaigning while they're in office, because they have to, present themselves as the saviors of the municipality. This is what we're doing. This is what I'm doing. We made up these slogans and we're going to unite the community. And, you know, and instead of just letting the work speak for itself, all of these, you know, shortcut campaigning type of issues that, Tiffany did. I mean, they're basically doing the same thing, and but on a much lower level. But I mean, the essence of it is basically the same. So, yeah, I just, if I lived in Dolton, I wouldn't be talking about DU or anything like that. I would probably have a much appropriate acronym that starts with P instead of D.
Now, let me say this. I'm not even offended by the DU part. What's the mean? What that mean? That is total fraternity, sorority, group, gang mentality. DU, you know what? What do we know? You know that we got a boo-boo factory. You know our tower rusted. You know the water bill. What we know?
And I mean, there's still, how many times can you mess up on the story of the Pope's house? Like, it was a great thing when it happened, and it was the first good thing to come out of Dolton in a while. And then you had the whole eminent domain claims, and now you got this whole the commander coming in and taking the stuff. I mean, like, is the commander really? I mean, what is the commander doing? I mean, did they do it on their own? Did they do it on the directives of of the mayor or somebody on the police board? Like that? Like, come on now. I think you said it earlier, Berg. Just leave the Pope's house alone.
Yep. And that was a question that I asked. It's like, okay, well, who told the commander to go there? Like, what is it? Yes. And I agree with Berg. Leave it alone.
Leave it alone, because we broke, right? Mama Healing here. We broke. We don't got no money. We broke. So if we broke, I guess it'd be broke, five broke, since we DU. It'd be like the Kanye, we broke, five broke. But DU, and we're busy with slogans. Exactly. That's the first thing we think about, a slogan.
Exactly.
Well, exactly. I mean, you're advertising your failed politics, or you're marketing your failed politics. You're marketing it to, just like what the cigarette companies did to the public. The tobacco companies knew that cigarettes, cause cancer, but what did they do? They made it look cool to smoke it. They put cigarettes, and in particular there's a racial component to it, because I remember reading a book about that, about how it's specifically heavily advertised in the Black communities. When they always have certain famous actors and actresses smoking cools and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, they're basically selling tobacco to us.
Yeah, and I just think it's really sad, because I'm like, DU is not something, I'm not hating on it, but it's not something that anyone other than your group can relate to. And I mean someone that's been in a sorority, like you go up to a senior that's 80 years old, DU, why?
Yeah, I mean,
it's so ghetto. I'm sorry I said it.
No, but see, that's the thing. This is not even reserved to just Black politics. I mean, MAGA. I mean, come on now. That's a great advertisement. Make America great again.
I am personally, I feel some kind of way, because I keep noticing a lot of things. Well, I should say a lot of opportunities to acknowledge Dolton history. And this is not something new that I noticed, that not only does Mama Hill say, I've heard Elder Creighton say it, and it's always been community. What word is in community? Unity. That's been what we have in Dolton Even me coming up, and that was what it was, unity in the community. Why do we want to change unity in the community? Just stop. I just keep seeing all these subtle little things that are moving away from, what we were with, and whatever this new Dolton revitalized or whatever they doing is, oh, you caught me by shock, Mrs. Creighton. I didn't know you were gonna want to be a part of that, even though she's lived there since 1984. You weren't thinking about Elder
1980.
Creighton. You weren't thinking about Cheryl Hill. You weren't thinking about these people that have the history. Let me stop there because that's what is upsetting. It's the little things that you have a historical society. That what are you doing with it? So it's just all these little things that are getting away from actual Dalton history.
I agree. And remember, I don't know if you remember, Gardis, but I was told nobody cares about the F in history and I need to shut the F up. Now, if y'all would have kept letting me go, I might have been able to tell you the Cardinal House was here. Okay. But I had my interview with the Lansing Journal when I was talking about the history, and everybody went online. Nobody want to hear that crap. Blah, blah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, just like just like white racist people don't want to hear about Black history. So it sounds similar. But I need to call South Holland and see what our slogan is.
Oh, I know a community. No, it's not. It's family, faith, and
oh no. I'm not talking about the statement. I'm talking about do we got like something like SH or
no. We gotta get Gardis out of here.
Am I supposed to say that to my next door neighbor or something? Or what?
It's Cynthia said faith, family, future, and Trina said faith, family, future. Yeah, Trina, they done stole from the Pope house. You gotta cover this. You gotta cover this.
I mean, is our new slogan FFF?
FFF. Yeah. I mean, we just like how silly do we look? I thought Thaddeus would have came up with that before Jason. I'm sorry, but you stop letting these people lead y'all down the wrong path. Leave them photos where it's at. Stop letting them try to make you into Instagram models of Dolton. Stop it. It's ridiculous.
Man, look,
sucks.
Yeah, so if somebody comes up to me and says SH, I'm moving out of South Holland.
I'm gonna play this one more time for Trina. If y'all, we're gonna play this for Trina. She didn't see it yet. Here we go, Trina.
Home again, attracting attention.
Hold on, because you ain't gonna believe who stole Trina. Trina's like, oh, they stole from there. No, you had a great live today too. I didn't get to finish it because I was at work, but it was go over to Trina to see her live. It was really, really good.
Time for the gifts and offerings left by visitors, but not everyone likes.
Oh, what happened? Oh, I got a commercial. Sorry, y'all. CBS said I want my coin. I ain't talking about Tiffany, but I'm talking about the Pope. I need my coin.
So, our Sarah Maki joins us live. For public nuisance, the Pope's childhood home again attracting attention, this time for the gifts and offerings left by visitors, but not everyone likes them. Our Sarah Maki joins us live.
I met Jen after she was ghosted by an ex. It took her years to get over it, and he just popped.
Oh no. Look, let me send a link to Trina. So basically they thought that people were stealing from the Pope house, but the commander went and took the gifts and threw them in the garbage. All the things they left for the Pope, they went and threw it in the garbage. So there you go. I'm gonna send the link right here, and they titled it "Gifts Left for Pope Leo Disappeared," but the police took it and threw it in the garbage. Yeah, here go the link. Yep, the police took it and threw it in the garbage. Great live. You guys, Gardis, Choose, thanks for being here. It just kind of upset me because you guys know I love history. And this kind of upset me when I saw that. Like, why are we still bothering with this man? This man that bought this house when nobody wanted it. Leave that man's house alone.
Seriously, please leave it alone. And thank you for having me once again. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, yeah, and I agree. Just it just gets worse and worse whenever they get involved in it. So thanks for having me, Berg. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for being here, Goddess, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Choose. Thanks for being here. This was interesting. Thank you, Goddess and Choose, for giving us that. And hopefully, Trina, I got you here, so I'm put you on the spot. Hopefully, you do a live about that, because I would like to know if you know more history, since you did a lot of background in Dolton about that area. Why would they take the gifts and stuff off his porch and throw it away? And why would Dolton do that? All right, you guys, as always, and thank you to Shay. You guys, please pray for Shay from Late Night Crew and support him during his time of need. Like, we don't be knowing what be going on. Life be lifing. And he going through a lot. So y'all support Shay, please, please, please. I love you guys. Take care of yourself and each other. And I'll see you tomorrow, because you know it's going to be some more drama, because people in Dolton can't shut up. Bye.
Commentary blue, commentary, burgundy, commentary, comment blue, commentary, comment burgundy blue, commentary blue.